Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super not funny show reviews. This episode, we are reviewing the last three episodes of season one of The Legend of VOX Machina, coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? The fourth and final installment of season one of The Legend of VOX Machina dropped on Thursday night, and you know what? Again, the three drop episode at a time was really nice because we basically got an hour of Vox Machina to kind of pull that train into the station to finish up on the whole dealing with the Briarwoods and everything like that. And it really felt like, I don't know about you, Lottie, it really felt like a tabletop gaming party. You're sitting there and you're nearing the final boss. You've been beating up the middleman, you've been beating up the sub bosses. Now you're gonna finally, deal with the final boss. And even if you're an old school video game player, this is like going, you're making your way through Zelda and now you're getting to Ganon. That's what this all felt like. And a lot of stuff happened in these last three episodes.
Oh yes.
So it was. Let me just say, this is classic fantasy, RPG stuff that was going on there. Traps and mazes and different rooms, and then there's an ultimate evil, and then there's like a switch up of like who. And they even have a little switcheroo at the end.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this.
Yeah, this once again, Vox Machina doesn't disappoint, and I'll probably say this were the best episodes. This was the best three episodes of the whole season thus far. Because man, when I text you that I was on the edge of my seat, like I realized it, it had me, like they had me so captivated. That whole getting out of the trap just brought me back, gave me flashes of nostalgia of when we played Pathfinder or D&D and we were trying to get out of a trap. And then the part where Grau was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna swim through the thing and rage and heal. And it's just like,
I knew when he did that, I was like, the DM was like, "You're doing what now? Say what now? you wait. Are you sure you're what?" It's like, "Oh no, no." He's like, "No, I got it." And like the cleric was right on top of it. I love it. Like I'm not kidding. There are many points within this show when like, oh yeah, this is a person on the board looking at everything's going on. Like, I'm gonna turn left. I'm turning left. I'm turning left here. It was so many fun things were going on in this episode. I mean, basically, some stuff we expected that. Like I knew from the get go that that Percy's sister was going to be a turncoat. I figured that much. It was interesting. They threw in the Dr. Ripley, and kind of gave a short backstory on this. That's one of the great things, is that this show is good at introducing characters and letting you know immediately this is their relationship to the crew and why you should hate, fear, or otherwise care about what they got going on. And then they use them. So like, this is just good storytelling. Ripley is obviously a bad guy. She's a genius, and she sees Percy as similarly a genius, right? Yeah. Because you were right, by the way. I wanted to let you know you were right. I was told by a viewer that Percy did create a gun. He's the first person to create a gun in this world. That is his kind of like his genius. And we saw that Dr. Ripley had no hand because she tried to create a gun also, and she's failed so far. That's why she has no hand. Right?
Yeah.
Which really puts Percy on like a level, as you can tell. I think we can tell. Can we say this? These guys are headed toward epic level, right? We can see this, right? These guys are headed toward it. They're going to go beyond 20th level into epic. into mythic levels, you know.
Yeah, like I felt like when we came into the story, we came into them probably like level 10
Mm-hmm.
because they fought a young dragon. So we like that's why I was like, this is the story where they came in. Like I'm pretty sure their cast, they were um they started off from level 1. I'm not saying they didn't. They probably did start off from level 1, but the show starts off with them probably already around level 10, 11,
Mm-hmm.
where they're already becoming legendary because that's the like yeah, around Pathfinder, that's level 11 is when you become legendary, when you're like known in like a whole kingdom.
Right.
And once you become epic, you're known almost pretty much around the world. And like you said, they're reaching that epic level. And man,
No,
it's
no, it's there's and that's what's happening here. There's a lot of epic level, like big time heroic shit going. Everybody's getting their piece in this.
oh yeah.
Like
Because
and
especially the spells that are being shot out, I was like, oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's a high level spell.
I
You know
love.
what I mean?
I finally got to see. We got to see Pike channel positive energy. I was like, yes. I was like,
Yeah.
I get your cleric on, okay. But no, oh my gosh, so much cool stuff going on. Pike getting or like I as soon as Delilah cast silence onto Scanlan, I was like, oh shit, one of the best support characters is out of commission.
Yep.
And then you got Pike and get your hands off my gnome. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, get your hands off my gnome. And he's like, I love you. Well, good thing I can't hear you.
No, I'm telling you, such great. I love Pike. I love Scan, love Pike. Her going ham, just like going at it. Well, with the what I can't remember his name, but the Briarwood. Dude, the undead guy. Silent. Oh, going hand, and I was like, she's the perfect character. She, I think she's not a battle cleric, but I think she is a battle cleric. Honestly,
I think she is.
She definitely is a battle cleric, and she's going in there and getting in and going to work. And we also saw like great things. Like if we go back to the 10th episode, the ziggurat obviously is going to have all the traps and all that shit, and that big acid thing.
Yeah.
And just seeing how the double cross sort of messes Percy up, but everyone sort of comes together to figure that all out. That's the great thing about a good D&D trap room, is that if the DM is doing right and designing the traps, it's something that's surmountable if everyone works together and does their thing. And I just love that everyone that they stuck together and did their teamwork thing and made it happen. You're right. There's a lot of like, oh shit, what are they gonna do now? This looks
what they're gonna do.
Looks like a problem.
And then going back to episode 11 when Pike and I keep forgetting her name. Her nickname's Kiki. When they did like their Keyleth, when they did their star Kamehameha, and I was just like,
I loved it.
Man,
I loved it.
They both of them just. I was like, oh yeah, you can't stop that shit.
Yeah, she's like, it's like my turn. I was like, oh shit, she spirit bombed that shit. She went. I said the other day shit on the previous episode that Pike went ultra instinct. She went Super Saiyan, but she went ultra instinct in that moment. You know what? That's another. You know what? We have not called this out, but I think we need to. I love how anime has cross-pollinated everything.
Yeah,
like, but there's a language of anime that has permeated a Western animation in such a great way, and this is kind of like a feedback, because there's a lot of stuff in Western animation that is cross-pollinated anime. So they're going back and forth. I love seeing that in her and the way, so that we all understand a lot of the mannerisms and actions. And like I said, the Kamehameha, we know what that is, right? So when we see it, it's really cool. Yeah. Even the way Silas fights is like watching an anime sword fight. And it's wonderful to behold. So there's a lot of dynamic action. And I have to say, I know this isn't like the highest cost, highest paid animation, but man, they make good use of it. I think they do a really good job in the action in this one. Because there's a lot of jumping around, hand to hand fighting, and all that other stuff. It's really cool looking.
And then the part where we thought in episode 11 towards the end we thought she was going to die, Keela. We thought she was going to die because I guess she rolled a crit at the end, I guess. Cuz her last ditch effort she rolls a crit and we're like, and then Pike loses her connection and I'm just like, "Oh my god." And I just, oh man, the little part of them figuring out how to heal her, and man,
but even like that whole bit, like we got to stop. You know, they get in there, and they essentially we got to stop this part because it's always the dark necromancer. They're always trying to summon something into the plane.
Yeah.
What is the? I've always wondered why. Oh, they're gonna give us power. You know, whatever. Now she's just doing it for revenge, and she's like, wait a minute, what now? No, you know what? This doesn't work, and it's just a null magic orb, but it's or is it? But that they're them figuring that all of those little weird old imps and things, and you know what? The fact that they use CG there, any other time I'd be like, that is so cheap and weird looking using the CG, but in this case, the weirdness actually adds to the. To
the creepiness.
Yeah, the off-puttingness.
Because we know this is not something from this world.
And
they clearly said it. They clearly said it that this is from an outer dimension. So we're like, oh shit. And we know those outer dimensions as people who are D&D veterans, you don't want creatures from outer dimensions getting into your dimension.
Right. Not in a way you can't control. Yeah. And so like seeing those things just kind of sitting up in there chattering and just they're not doing it, they're just there and they look weird, they look off, and it's instead of taking away from the scene, it actually adds, like you said, a creepiness and just like an off-putting vibe to what is already an off-putting scene.
Yep.
And as usual, these dark necromancers and stuff, they do the ritual and like, yeah, it's gonna happen, and like or not. And, and so we get to see Delilah Briarwood get sort of taken care of, but she's not dead. They're not dead at all. And then so you're thinking like, oh well, that's it. That's okay. We beat the big bad, and then only to come to realize that no, there's actually an episode left in which another big bad that we sort of been glimpsing is in fact was waiting to take a chance here.
And let me just say, whatever that demon was, to have Briarwood literally tearing up looking at that damn thing. Because she didn't fear death, but she feared that thing. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? And that was some crazy shit. The fact that thing was playing on his emotions like that, because we just thought it was a curse. Nah, man, there was an actual real legit demon latched onto his soul. And man, and you could see how it was tearing up Vax up, because I've already talked about it. I fully believe she's in love with Percival, and when you thought that, okay, he's not going to shoot her, and the part where, remember when she removed his mask, he's just crying, and I'm just like, God, you can tell he wants to let the pain go, but the demon knows how to keep just egging at him, and that was a great, like, once again, edge of my seat, going like, please do not kill the sister. Like, please, because I just felt like that was going to happen. Yeah, like, I'm like, please don't do it. Don't do it.
That entire, like, the way it was in his mind playing, and we've seen this before in other medium or whatever, where they think they're, like, I've seen it in horror movies, like I've seen it in Nightmare on Elm Street, where they think they're killing the bad guy, but they're killing their friends and stuff like, so that was all very interesting. I didn't realize that that's what we were going to be dealing with, his inner darkness. there's this demon or whatever latching onto his soul, and manifesting, giving him great power, but also, slowly but surely taking him over to the point where we actually see him, almost killing everybody. And just seeing the way each of the characters try to figure out how to keep him busy while they, get through to him was good fun times, and also very very much character building. Because at this point, we really give a crap about what the hell goes on with all of these people. We don't want them, dying needlessly. We don't want anyone rolling like critical failures at the wrong time against this guy. But ultimately, I think just seeing Percy being able to overcome everything with the help of his friends that's a great way to kind of end this first season.
And let's just say, once again, my boy Scantlin coming in the clutch and threw the gun and said, "Did you know what you just did?"
He's like,
"My God!"
He's just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, the curse is lifted. I'll be fine. It's a great, yeah, about that. No.
Yeah, it was still in there.
And they're he's just like, he's got all the luck in the world. And also, I want to give a shout out to Scanlon earlier anyway. The way the man pulled out that pick and went ham to keep.
To keep them up. I think for every review, we always need to just review the epicness of Scantlin, because Scantlin, he comes in the clutch, man.
He's just doing. You know what? I think this should be a testament to how cool D&D can be. It's no small characters. Don't let anyone if you have never played D&D before, but then maybe this makes you interested. Don't go into it thinking I've got to play the big old barbarian. You don't. Any character can be cool or badass. I've literally played in a campaign where it was all halflings, and halflings are considered jokes within D&D Pathfinder, and yet we were kicking ass because there are no small characters. Not if you've got a mind for it. So
it's like the same thing with.
Go ahead.
I was like, it's like the same thing with people probably looking at like Vax, like the Ranger, and they're like, oh man, what can she do? And a lot of people don't know a Ranger, especially higher levels, they're very dangerous, especially if they can get I'm pretty sure later on in the story, there's going to be a part where she's going to just be on a perch and just go ham with those arrows. And it's just every character has their own, power. Not everybody has to be Pike and Kiki and could do super Kamehamehas out there.
Right.
But they all have their parts. I mean, freaking Grodd swam in a pool of acid. I mean, come on.
Not just that. He took the Kamehameha with that dude.
Oh yeah, he took the Kamehameha.
And my dude was sitting up there going toe to toe with the. I love that he rolled a 20 on that possession check. On his resistance check. I loved it. I was like, oh my God.
He said, that won't work on me. That won't work on me.
The last bit is Delilah Briarwoods, Percy's like, we just gotta forgive her. We've defeated her, and I was like, you really? And then his sister was like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
and I love that she fences. So she she could be a swashbuckler. She could be a swords master. I love that. And they they leave her to be the regent of Whitestone, and that's really, I think that's pretty darn cool. Their legend is proceeding now, and they're building a legend for themselves, such that when they return to Tal'Dorei, they are, I was thinking like, oh man, this guy's gonna call them out and they're gonna be arrested, but no, not called out for heroes. And I was like, that's the way it should be, because there's too often this little okie doke crap going on in stories like this.
And then
yes, and you know what, you motherfucker, you know what, Critical Role, you motherfuckers, y'all really gonna leave us with 4 dragons winging their way towards the kingdom, right when they're the sovereign stepping down. Y'all, you know what? I was already gonna watch again, but damn you for doing that.
Yep.
Oh, so good. I love this show. I absolutely love this show. My inner nerd has been satiated by this show, and my my love of TV and movies and all that. It's it's fed by this show, but also my old RPG, all of that stuff gets a little bit in here, and I want to shout out the Critical Role team, the voice team, the ones that in their game sessions they play these characters, and they really bring them to life on this show. The voice acting is just excellent, and I've been blown away by how great this show really is.
Yeah, I'm completely down. This is I love the show. Like, we need more stuff like this because because I feel like a lot of people, they have the imagination. It's just there's, I guess, a negative connotation when it comes to Pathfinder and D&D. But when they see that it's literally the only thing holding back the story is your imagination, and it becomes really fun because it's like I was just saying the last review. It's not just to play a game and have fun. It's an excuse to come and see people or connect with people again. You know what I mean? It's you can have a good time playing a campaign every Sunday for an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's an excuse to see people and to interact with them. Do more, especially like to be honest with you, man. If I had a family, I would want to play Pathfinder with my family, with my wife, kids, and all that stuff, because it will give us an excuse not only to come to as a family, to see who each and every person of our family is. It's a great time, you know?
Yeah, agreed. And as for this show, like it's just kind of a peek in what's possible. But overall, a smashing success as far as I'm concerned. And I really look forward to the second season. Who knows when we're going to get that, but I could see myself easily watching this again. This is just so much fun.
Oh yeah, I'll probably go like real talk. I'll probably binge watch this again, probably like sometime next week. Whenever I'm bored, I can see myself rewatching this.
Yeah, agreed. So we loved it. And what did you guys think about it? What do you guys think about what we had to say? Why don't you get down in the comments, let us know what you're thinking. Of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. Let's talk about this great, great show. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining us on this review. Come back again to the channel. We got plenty more reviews coming. Until then, I've been Mo Poupée, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend LADI. We'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace out.